You ever notice how these grassroots movements show up with marching signs, pre-printed slogans, and somehow a full media rollout ready? It's not ironic. And today is one of those days.
Let's call it exactly what it is. It's not really a May Day protest. This was an anti-Trump, pro-socialism, pro-communism protest. And the irony, of course, guys, is that the very people, the millionaires and billionaires, a little Bernie Sanders this morning, who they purport to want to fight against were the very people who funded a lot of these crazy events yesterday. And listen, some of my personal favorite moments, as you guys just alluded to, are the fact that you had people out there with like a pro-socialism sign, and when asked, what is it you like about socialism? They have no idea. They went to another rally somewhere else in the country and asked people out there, well, can you name the socialist-run, communist-run countries that have been successful? Guess what they said? China, the former Soviet Union, and Cuba. Okay, this whole thing was a joke, and unfortunately, not a funny joke, because as you noted, they got our kids involved. The teachers' unions have cared absolutely zero about America's children. That is not a mystery to anyone out there. But what were they doing yesterday with America's kids? They were busing kids to these events, to these rallies around the country. And at a time when you have kids who aren't even reading or doing math at grade level, what were they learning in school yesterday alongside these rallies? They were learning activism, transgender issues, and DEI. This is shameful and this is crazy. This whole thing was a waste of time and resources. But hey, I guess anything to get the kids on the socialist bandwagon early, guys.
So right out the gate, this is the pitch. Workers over billionaires. Sound clean and simple for the, socialists. Sounds like something you put on a hoodie and sell for $60, but look closer at what you're actually watching. Schools shutting down. You got kids out here marching when they're supposed to be in there learning. People yelling slogans they didn't even write. They didn't even come up with. This is organized. And when something is this organized, you got to ask, organized by who? Who put this together? Because regular people, they don't shut down their entire day for a hashtag unless somebody, told them to or, do something.
It's not a single country that went through communism or socialism that it's now free that want to go back. The only people who embrace communism and socialists are those who haven't experienced it and are pampered enough in their present day lives to enjoy a lifestyle independent of their own policies. The left and the media always try to catch you associating with problematic groups or people. You're in a picture with somebody. There's you have a guest on your show that was on a different show, and that's bad. Meanwhile, you have Jane Fonda, Robert De Niro, Bette Midler, others who are joining up and promoting the Maoist Communist Union, the Party for Socialism and Liberation, the Communist Party of the USA. I mean, that should kind of taint who they are. I mean, May Day pretends to be about honoring workers, but it really is about elevating activists who spread the message of revolution. And part of that revolution is opening all prisons, freeing all prisoners, ending free enterprise, eliminating military bases. None of these things matter to these people because they're untouched by it. Even more, these jackasses, they want everyday people to take off work, to stop working. But you know what doesn't stop working? The money those jackasses have. While De Niro and Bette Midler tell you not to, go to work, they have piles of cash earning interest every day. They make millions off a coalition of real estate and stock portfolios. They can take a day off, a month off, a year off because their money works around the clock. How did that happen? It's not socialism. That's a capitalism. They don't have bosses. They don't have a work schedule. And they don't require a salary that would feed kids because they're so well off. Their definition of work is looking at their investments. So they can do this. The other thing, too, is when you look at them, they really are aging celebrities who have nothing left but a shred of ego and a diminished status. One of the things Trump did, winning in 2016 and then in 2024 and in 2020, he exposed their irrelevance. Being part of the zeitgeist and part of culture, you think that you have some kind of impact. They didn't. They had no impact. Robert De Niro is in denial. Jane Fonda is in denial that they are not important to us. They are not important to the world. Their embrace of activism is an attempt to salvage their ego collapse. This is a giant hole that that was filled once with their own self-importance, and it's empty. So they just get smaller. Look at De Niro right there. You know, De Niro was a giant figure in cinema. Now he's so small and so petty. He's like a crusty knot of resentment. And when you look at De Niro, that is what ego looks like. It's in human form, this kind of sad, frail thing that needs its own protection. But now Trump just stripped it away, and this is what they have.
Now,
I love it.
here's where it gets funny. You've got celebrities, millionaires, telling regular people to stop working for the day. Think about that. People who haven't worried about a bill in decades telling you to skip work and fight the system. It's like a private jet owner telling you gas prices just don't matter. They don't. For real. It sounds good until you realize they're not living with the consequences. And that's the theme you're going to keep seeing throughout this whole thing. The loudest voices, they're insulted. The people in the streets, they're the ones actually catching the fallout.
Child care workers.
I'd recommend not talking to him. He's a right-wing grifter. He's gonna make you look bad or do something.
This guy's gonna tell you guys not to talk to me, so.
I recommend not speaking to him. He's like a known YouTube person that interviews people, and he's not an ally.
So it's International Workers' Day, and I'm here at an Atlanta protest, and there's all kinds of socialist groups here. There's the Socialist Workers' Party, Hands Off Cuba. They're passing out some interesting pamphlets and literature. Right down next to them is the Communist Party USA. Again, various memorabilia, literature that they're passing around. If we keep walking around, this was a grassroots organization that helped during the Tesla protests. They essentially helped organize a weekly protest. This is your boring Atlanta Democratic Socialists of America. Their handler is walking behind me right now. There's more of them right here. Let's see what's here, because I actually have no idea what this is. Seems like Care in Action.
Yeah, this is care in action for child care workers.
I'd recommend not talking to him. He's a right-wing grifter. He's gonna make you look bad or do something.
All I did was come up to you and ask. I didn't even ask you a
You
question.
feel free to talk to him, but he's a known person on YouTube.
Isn't it kind of weird for people to? I'm allowed to be here, but
Don't talk to her.
yeah, I'm not going to talk to her. But it's kind of weird to have a person tell you not to talk to me. That's like what fascists do.
You are.
Who am I?
I don't know who you are, but I trust that he knows who you are.
Yeah, I'm a normal person, and I just going around.
Internet, so I'm sure you're one of those assholes, but you know.
Wow, that's pretty racist. All right, now welcome here. We saw this already. This is RCA, Revolutionary Communists of America. That's in a ton of communist pamphlets and information out there. We also have Refuse Fascism, right? So they helped organize this mobilization around DC. We covered this. It was funded by a bunch of communists with ties to, of course, China. Necessary Trouble, Georgia.
Yes.
Interesting. This guy's going to tell you guys not to talk to me, so.
I recommend not speaking to him. He's like a known YouTube person that interviews people, and he's not an ally. I mean, feel free to talk to him.
This is a very echo chamber. You're not an ally, don't talk to him. We like fascism, right? Suppressing free speech. So I don't even try to talk to them because of that. Common Cause. I wonder what this is. Again, we're going to look all this stuff up, of course. But yeah, that is all the people that showed up for the International Workers' Day protest. Again, majority of these people, as you can see, based on the circles that they formed, are organizers or members of whatever socialist or communist party that you saw over there.
Now, all right. Now the camera starts getting a little too close for comfort, because now we're not talking about slogans anymore. We're talking about who's actually there. Different groups, you got different organizations, a whole lot of don't talk to him. You know, don't answer none of his questions going on there, right? And that right there, obviously, it's not confidence at all. What do we even call that? Because if your ideas are solid, you don't need a handler following people around like security in a nightclub. Or, some hurry up and buy type scenario. And the second someone start saying, don't engage and don't respond, that's usually when, the conversation wouldn't go that way. Because nothing scares controlled messages more than, how do I say, unscripted question.
A student was arrested during an anti-ICE walkout at Enumclaw High School in Washington. In the video, she can be heard saying, "I want my mommy," as officers detain her. Reports state she was interfering with police arresting another protester.
Well. Yeah, you see, this is what you're doing to your kids out here. And then reality shows up. All that energy, all that yelling, all that, we're changing the system talk. We got to fight it. All that talk until somebody gets arrested. And now it's, I want my mommy. Listen, I'm not clowning the emotion. It's a kid. But the problem is, you got people pushing these moments and movements, rather, and the ones on the front lines are the least prepared for what actually comes with it. Nobody set them down and said, hey, if you cross certain lines, there are real consequences that you're going to have to abide by now. It's all hype until it isn't.
You don't know who you are? Huh? You like pedophiles? You into that shit? Look at what you're doing here.
All right, so I'm pretty sure I'm in danger. And I am going to leave. Oh, I just got assaulted. They just threw a rock in my face. Okay. Okay, so that one just threw a rock in my face. Stop! Okay. I'm in serious danger. All right, please share this.
What are you gonna do? I'm gonna fucking wait for this, bitch! You're gonna fucking scream!
I'm in danger! Help! Help! I'm a journalist. I'm in danger. I'm in danger. I'm in danger! I just got assaulted really bad. I'm a journalist. I'm reporting undercover. Antifa just threw a rock in my face.
Did it hit you?
Yes, I have it on camera.
You have it on camera?
And they just threw it out, or, gosh, I can't breathe.
Do you want to take your hood off or not while they're, not while they're here?
Hold on.
What happened?
The Delta Fleet and Kerwin are going to be taking a assault around their face.
Oh, I can't get this off.
Hold on, don't pull your hair. Let me
I don't.
help you?
Let's unzip it. Hold on.
Can you unzip this? Okay.
Pull it off.
Okay. Sorry, my name's Katie. I'm a journalist. They just assaulted me. They threw a rock in my face, hit my nose.
So they're screaming straight
And yeah, they were screaming.
You have it on video?
Yeah.
Can you try to pull it up so I can see it?
Yeah, it's on this live stream.
Okay. Why don't you try to, if you can pull it up so we can...
Okay, I'm gonna stop this.
You can reboot it after you show.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'm good, guys. I'm really tired of this shit.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me get myself back on camera. We're loading. But I will say, this right here, come on, bro. All right, let me get this camera. Oh, there we go. This right here is where everything falls apart. Because the second disagreement turns into violence, you don't have a protest anymore. You've got chaos. A journalist hit with a rock, mob, chased. And notice something, the same people screaming about accountability suddenly disappear when it's time to hold their own side accountable. It's always rules for everyone else into it's their own people acting wild.
Failure to adhere to this order may subject you to citation or arrest.
And just like that, the tone changes because now the police show up organized and disciplined, moving as a unit. No confusion, no mixed messaging. No, wait, what are we doing? In the same crowd that was loud 5 minutes ago, now you see them backing up. Because here's the truth nobody likes to say out loud. You can chant all day, but structure beats that chaos every single time. So let's call this what it really turned into. This wasn't just a workers' protest, May Day, and none of that, right? This was a mix of messaging, money, emotion, and a whole lot of people who weren't on the same page. You had organized groups controlling the narrative, influencers pushing the energy, kids thrown into situations they weren't ready for. And the moment that the pressure decided to hit, it cracked. And once the Antifa style tactics decided to show up, that's when it stopped being about workers completely. And that's the point. It's just noise. And noise doesn't build anything. It just burns out. So if you made it to the end of this video, type blueprint in the comments. That way I know you made it. Other than that, y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.